Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Copper Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome to another LFC Transfer Talk Show for you guys tonight. And it's not only me here tonight. As you can see, I am joined by two very special guests. One of them looks like Clark Kent. And the other, of course, is a Scotsman.
Oh, Christ. That is one comment. I cannot match in my wildest dreams. If he had the £1 million plastic surgery, thank you very much for the comment, Corey, and thank you for letting me come on. That's probably got that. Not that in the future of all our YouTube channels, there's going to be no better introduction. I'm going to save that. Nice one, Conor.
Oh, no, here we go. But as you can see, we are joined by Jack Mack LFC. How are you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. I'll take Henry Cavill. Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. I had my birthday last week, and hopefully everyone at home, Reds, are having a lovely weekend and keeping safe and well, and obviously enjoying the football. It's great that we've got football more or less every single day, haven't we?
Yeah, we do indeed, apart from tonight and tomorrow. But, you know, I genuinely thought Brazil were playing tonight, and then found out this morning that they played last night, which was absolutely fantastic to even look at anyway. And as you can see on the bottom of our screen, we are also joined by Doug from the Dugout Football Channel. Doug, how you doing, mate?
I am good, apart from it absolutely peeing down in Edinburgh today. But we've had the sun for the last couple of days anyway, so I can't really complain. But I am doing well, thank you very much, and it's nice to be back in your company again.
Absolute pleasure, my friend, and I guarantee I will see that clip later on Twitter of me calling Jack Clark Kent. But anyway, well, we will definitely get on to your comments. Good evening, says Siwas. Good evening to you. And then as well says, is that Marco Royce? Potentially.
I'm taking these compliments. Thank you, everyone. I'll give you all the tenner later.
Yeah, and as you can see anyway, tonight we're going to be talking, of course, about Kelleher signing his brand new contract, which is very huge for Liverpool, of course, you know, now him becoming number 2 goalkeeper. I will also be talking about Malen as well from PSV, of course, of Holland in the Euros, and also as well we talked about Oliveira. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could have absolutely butchered it, from Porto, the Brazilian midfielder as well. There's some news as well, but you know, let's not you know, hold anyone by it. Hello Chris as well, I can see you in the chat saying evening all as well. But let's, you know, just dive straight into the news, and that is that Caoimhin Kelleher signs new long-term contract. You know, Kelleher has signed a new long-term contract with Liverpool Football Club. The goalkeeper put pen to paper on a deal following the conclusions of the 2020-21 season. We now know, of course, you know, the reports of, you know, Adrian becoming, you know, the 3rd choice goalkeeper, and, you know, Kelleher getting promoted to the number 2 spot, you know, behind Alisson Becker, which for me is a very positive move. You know, Kelleher did say on LFC.com, saying, I am happy to get it over the line and finally done. It was in the pipeline for a few months with negotiations and stuff, so I'm delighted to get it done. Now, I'll start off with Jack. Jack, like I said, you know, it's fantastic that we're getting these contracts sorted this summer. Of course, you know, Liverpool now having a nailed-on number 2. I think, you know, we were all pretty much impressed by Kelleher last season when he appeared in the Champions League. And hello, Doug, I can see you eating. As we can see, you know, that you know, he did impress in the Champions League, and I believe as well against Sheffield when he played against them, Sheffield United, of course. Are you happy overall that he has signed that new deal?
Yeah, very much so, mate. And I think, as everyone's mentioned in the comment section below tonight, he's really stepped up to the plate last season when he was called upon. Obviously, Ali was missing for a couple of games last season, and he was the man to step up. And for me, I don't know how everyone else feels in the chat tonight or in the comment section below later, I vision him going out on loan. I don't know. Klopp probably wants to keep him at the football club, but for me, I know he should be the top international goalie. I'm not too sure who the goalie is for Ireland, but he should be first choice because the quality of the lads. And I think that it was a couple of weeks back, I did see comments from the Irish manager anyway for his national side saying that he wanted Kelleher to really get first team football at club level. I feel him going away, getting Premier League or even Championship or whatever league around the globe, the experience will do him the load of good. I know obviously there's a lot surrounding Karius and it looks like he will be moving on, and it's just a rigmarole in terms of surrounding him, mate. But yeah, he's contracted down. I loved his little video today. He was really pleased. His family's all Irish, got good connections with the football club in the city, as you expect, and it's a dream for him, as he said. But I think he might possibly go out on loan, but if he stays at the club, I've got more confidence in him than Adrian. But I think Adrian signing a contract this summer or last couple of weeks ago, that just tells you everything about Kelleher. I think he will be moving on loan this season, mate. But yeah, ecstatic for him because he does deserve it.
Yeah, no, and he does 100%. Doug, your initial reactions to the contract news? I know Jack has spoken about, their Kelleher potentially going on loan. I think pretty much all of us has been thinking that, he deserves to at least have a chance to compete at Liverpool because, we've seen last year what he did for us anyway. But yeah, what are your reactions to Kelleher signing the new deal?
Delighted. Absolutely delighted. Just to answer Jack's question, the Irish number one is currently Gavin Okirogeni Bazanu. Now, I don't think that's an Irish name, but it actually is Irish. He plays for Rochdale on loan from Manchester City, so he's the current number one for the Irish national team.
Yeah, Shay's mentioned Darren Randolph.
Darren Randolph as well. Mark Travers at Bournemouth as well. So he definitely has competition. But no, I'm absolutely delighted. Kelleher, whenever he stepped up last season, I thought he was fantastic. Didn't put a foot wrong. I think everyone remembers him for the Ajax game. One save in particular, I think, from Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, which was a fantastic save, to say the least. But I'm actually the opposite of Jack. I think he will be number two. I don't see him moving on. The only reason I could see him moving on is if we get somebody in. But now that I'm thinking of it, Adrian obviously being number three. You've obviously got the young Brazilian boy, Petaluga. I think that's his name as well. Don't ask me about names. I can butcher them easily, being a Scotsman. But I think Kelleher is a very, very good up-and-coming goalkeeper. He's only 22. He's got his whole career ahead of him, and signing a long-term deal is just what he deserves, really. I think we were all a wee bit worried that he might have been going out the door in the summer, but I think now that is just tied him down to a new deal, that he's definitely going to be number two behind Ali.
Yeah, no, and I do agree with that. I think realistically, none of us want Adrian being second choice goalkeeper. I think I can safely say that.
It was a mad one, though, wasn't it? I don't think any Liverpool fan was expecting that. I don't think anyone in the Echo.
First time he's been offered a contract extension in his career.
Yeah, that is true, because everywhere else has got rid of him on a free.
Yeah. There's no doubting he's a big professional in the changing room. I think if it wasn't for him having such a big impact within the squad, and he is a big personality, I know everyone laughs and goes, "Oh, you don't really want to be rewarding people to." But the experience in which he gives that squad, I know all of us laugh. Everyone has different feelings on Adrian, but I think that just shows and highlights how much confidence still from Jurgen Klopp is in Adrian. I don't know. For me, that is.
I think it's interesting if you go and watch the latest behind the scenes thing of the new kit and that, and Thiago and Adrian are having a laugh. I think Adrian's laughing with Sadio and Verge, and then I think that's what it is more realistically. It was like when Jurgen wanted to keep hold of Andy Lonergan, wasn't it? He wanted to keep hold of him, but he wanted to, I think he retired, doesn't he now? Or he's at another club somewhere. And I think
West Brom.
Is he at West Brom?
He's at West Brom.
Oh, there you go then. But I think it's that with Jurgen, to be fair. I think it's he wants to keep the squad as they are right now. Very happy, very motivated with one another, and to bring someone, because let's be realistic. We're going to have a period through this season where Ali is most likely to be out. We're hoping not, of course, because we're way better with Ali, of course, because he is fantastic. But
don't bloody jinx it.
Shut up! If I speak about it, we won't jinx it this year. I said it about Joe. I jinxed it with Joe Gomez. Jack knows this because we did a show. I think we did 2 shows about Joe Gomez.
That one.
And then the next day, the knee injury happened. So, but it is that sense where I think Liverpool are happy with 3 goalkeepers. I think Kelleher will stay, and I think he will be number 2, and then Adrian then will be number 3. That's how I see it being anyway. And I think if that was the case, then fantastic. If we was to bring someone else in the door, then I think, of course, one of them would go out on loan, more likely being Kelleher than anyone else, of course, with Adrian being experienced.
Chat's Shay mentioned he's Irish as well, and Shay spot on there. It's interesting comments what he said there.
Glenn's in saying, hi legends. Hello Glenn, hopefully on a fantastic day. Jay says, hi chat and panel. Good deal for Kelleher. Adrian shouldn't have got a deal. I think we mentioned that. Shay saying delighted for Kelleher. He deserves that contract. Glenn says behave, Doug. I think that's when Doug was eaten. To be fair,
literally when we were about to start, my mum came in the door and she's like, "Oh, there's your pudding." I was like, "Talk about bloody timing."
It's always me man doing that as well, Doug. It's alright. I've live streamed when I'm having me scran. When you've like thought that you pressed end recording, people sat there.
So stop recording, please.
Yes, your camera's all.
Chris says, fantastic news. Kelleher now second choice keeper. We don't have to rely on melted butter as our second. I think that's a very nice term for putting Adrian in the comments. Anyway, Shay says Kelleher has been highly talked of here in Ireland for a long time. Well, we speak about. We have Alisson Becker, and we know how good Alisson Becker is, and then it's the thing then where maybe in about a couple of years' time where we look at it and go, we're going to need to replace Alisson Becker to stay at a high level. And can Kelleher do that? Yes, he can. He can distribute the ball like Alisson can. As Doug said, look at the Ajax game, man of the match in that game in particular, and it is going to be interesting because I think he does, for me anyway, automatically play all of the cup games. Is anyone else agreeing with that?
Yeah.
I think he will play the cup games.
I think cup games for sure, 1000%, and then the odd league game here and there. Gareth saying evening everyone. Chris with his God's sake, I know that Gareth does like Chris having a banter. Just my opinion, Gareth, mate. Hope you're having a good day. Our whole squad needs to book their injury-free vaccines ahead of the new season, especially Naby Keita. I know with you, Chris. Liz says hiya. Liz, hopefully having a fantastic day. But yeah, it's one of these things where I think as well, Liverpool won't have to look for a goalkeeper now, because I did see Chris's comment about Loris Karius saying it'd be hard getting rid of Karius, as I don't see many teams wanting him. It's like an allergy of him of a burnt pan struggling to scrap off the bottom of the pan as it's burnt. Go on, Jack.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it will come to the end. I know he's having a difficult time off the pitch as well. I think he more or less cheated on his girlfriend publicly. That was on the news anyway last week. So he needs to get his house in order. And I think the quicker he does that, he just needs to focus on his football. It's disappointing from him. He just needs to get back playing football. I think everyone thought that would have been it when he moved back to Hertha Berlin. Would have been settled, first choice goalkeeper, but that's not been the case this season, has it?
I think you've hit the nail on the head, Jack. I think it's all about now focusing on his football, not focusing on like private matters. And like you just have to wonder what's going through his brain at the moment, especially with that tweet. Like obviously I follow Loris Karius on Twitter. Hope he's, I think we all hope he's doing okay. just not good enough for Liverpool Football Club, unfortunately. But you have to worry about his mental state at this moment in time, and hopefully things will get better. But I think the best thing for all parties would be to try and get rid of him. But as Chris says, it's going to be very, very tricky to, get him moved on. I honestly think there is a move in Germany somewhere for him this summer.
Most definitely.
I really
there would
do.
be someone in Germany, even though a promoted German side would absolutely snap him up. He's still a very good goalkeeper. Obviously, not to the level of Kelleher, Alisson and all that, because that'd be wrong to compare him to him, mate. But yeah, he just needs to get his house in order, and hopefully this season, someone puts a bid in terms of Germany, get settled down, playing football what he loves, really, and obviously focus on football, which should be paramount, really. I think that's when you'll see a turn in terms of psychologically and obviously his performances on the pitch. But I think for Kelleher, lads, and everyone in the comment section below tonight, with Kelleher, I think with the best European goalkeepers, you probably see them. I think Kelleher needs to be soon. We'll see massive improvements if he fills out. I think, obviously, since Ali come to Liverpool, he filled out. Obviously, he was a big lad when he was in Rome and anyway. But I think if Kelleher puts on a bit more stature and grows as a goalkeeper, obviously he's still only 22. He's still got a lot of development. But I think in terms of his progression in the future, I think if he grows himself physically, that will help him in the long run anyway. Look at the likes of Manuel Neuer when he come from Schalke. He filled out a bit more, obviously, top elite level goalkeepers. That's where I think that's a big aspect, especially if you come into the Premier League. You need to be very, very big physical as a goalkeeper.
Yeah. No, you do. And remember when John Alkenberg, first started Ali with rugby drills, and everyone was like, why is he doing that? And it's like, no, but it worked because, we see teams against Burnley, Brighton, the ones that, do compact the goalkeepers anyway. And, I'm quickly looking at Loris Karius' stats for the past season anyway. Only made 4 appearances all season long, keeping 3 clean sheets and only conceding 1, which is, decent to be fair, but it is that way. He's only played 4 times. Realistically, he hasn't played proper football since probably his first season when he was at Besiktas, and then of course all that debacle that apparently is still up in the air, with of course money going around with Besiktas not paying Loris Karius and Liverpool with money anyway. That's I think still FIFA is looking into that.
How long has he got left on his contract on? Or anyone in the chat?
I think
must not that long.
I think it's a year. I think.
Yeah.
Must
I
be
think
a year or
I definitely think it's a year.
His contract expires June 30th, 2022. So it is exactly 1 year.
Yeah, and then obviously 6-month contract, some side probably next season.
Yeah.
If we loan him out for next 6 months, then a team, or if he goes to them,
then he'll be free to speak to people in January.
Well, his current market value is currently at £1.8 million, which I think Liverpool would take that in a heartbeat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we didn't sign for a lot anyway, did we? So,
no, I think it was
4.7.
Yeah, 4.7 mil. Anyway, but swiftly moving on then from Loris Karius. Well, let me just read a few more comments out from a couple of people. Liz saying, I think Karius has mentally broken for a while. I don't think he's been able to recover since the Champions League.
I think I've seen a quote from one. It was Guardiola last season. He quoted, obviously, football, you've got to be good technically, but a big aspect is mentally. It's all to do mentally on the pitch. That's what sets the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, and all these elite players. Mentally, when they get on the pitch, they know themselves. They're better than the opposition.
I agree with you, and I don't think the Besiktas move helped his mental state either. He was treated so badly there. Played a handful of games, but the contract situation was absolutely ridiculous, and obviously Liverpool had every right to bring him back. But yeah, we obviously wish him well. I think we all hope that let's just hope that he gets these public matters away from his football and he can focus on his football. He might even be at pre-season. You just never know.
Yeah.
He's still young. I think Jurgen Klopp's the type of manager, and lads, and everyone at home. He'll get Karius, bring him into the Liverpool family, put an arm around him, because I think that's what he needs, really. He just needs obviously a telling off from, obviously, people around him, get your house in order. He'll know himself. He's a big lad. But I think get him in, even if he is pre-season. I don't want to hear any Liverpool fan go, "Oh, why is he in pre-season?" Just let him enjoy it, and then obviously move him out to a loan or whatever team that is. And he's still young in terms of goalkeeping terms, and hopefully, as Doug and you've said, Con, and everyone around Liverpool community anyway, around the world, just wishing best in his career anyway. He will turn it around. I'm confident in that.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you on that. And look, I think the best thing for him would to get a permanent place down where he can play regular football and start to kick on from there. But, moving swiftly on, of course, guys, let us know your thoughts as well on Kelleher, Karius, and everything that we've spoken about so far in tonight's episode anyway. But, moving swiftly on, of course, to, the second topic for you guys today. Of course, we have some nice sponsors on the side, as Jack knows. But, let's talk about Malen, of course.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know. Of course, Liverpool could open talks with Malen. Liverpool reportedly could open talks with PSV forward Donyell Malen over a move to Anfield this summer. That is according to Sky Sports Germany, who claim Liverpool could open with Malen over a possible summer transfer. The 22-year-old Dutch international notched 27 goals and 10 assists in an outstanding Eredivisie season and is currently part of Frank de Boer's Euro 2020 squad. Now, Doug, of course, he's had a pretty good Euros, I would say, at the moment. When Holland are on, I've constantly seeing people say that he's having great performances, and it's. Of course, Paston Daka has gone to Leicester. If Anthony's still here, he would, he'll love us talking about that. I know Daka wasn't a target for Liverpool, which I think shocked a lot of people, realistically. And now it's the question: who are Liverpool going to go after? I know, I've spoken, and I think you two have also spoken as well about Alexander Isak as well from Sweden. And it is going to be interesting, isn't it? Who Liverpool are going to get this summer, because I think a striker or even a forward player to challenge the front three and to, put up that bar again from, the levels between the bench and the front three. It is going to be interesting, isn't it? And can you see Malen joining Liverpool this summer?
I can, but there is a but to this. He does have one of the most arrogant and annoying pricks of an agent in Mino Raiola.
Yeah, he does.
So, on top of the transfer fee, he will be wanting a lot of agent fees, etc. Now, I know Klopp doesn't have a particularly good relationship with Raiola, so it remains to be seen. I mean, look, Malen has had a good Euros. I would absolutely agree with you on that one. He's a very good striker. He's obviously, as you say, 27 goals last season for PSV is a very, very good return. But Raiola worries me. He just does. Raiola really, really worries me. And, we're going to obviously have to pay somewhere in the region, I think probably 25, 30 million, something along those lines. And then the agent fees, that could be like another 5, 10 million on top of it. So theoretically, you're looking about 40 million pounds, 25 to 30 million for the actual player. His agent and obviously Raiola, Raiola will obviously demand to be paid like that. So that's my only real concern, is that he is a Raiola client, so to speak. But I would love Malen at Liverpool. I think we all would. Obviously, Isak as well has been mentioned by me, by you, by Jack. I think by a lot of Liverpool fans as well watching them. But yeah, Malen played really well against North Macedonia. Unlucky not to get a goal in the end. Obviously, it was our old good mate Gini Van Elden who scored the double in that. So I think Malen is a 50-50 for me, just because of obviously Price, agent fees, and Raiola will want a hefty fee.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. And like you said, Jurgen doesn't have the best opinions of him, for sure. Anyway, but Jack, moving on to your thoughts. I think we all said at the end of last season that Liverpool must get a number 9 or get someone that can play up front. Of course, we've got Jota there, we've got Bobby there. But we do need someone else as well, don't we, to add to that, especially if, the likes of Shaqiri and Origi do leave this summer, which, I think we all pretty much expect, don't we?
Yeah, very much so, mate. And it's, as Doug's alluded to, and you, Connor, and every Liverpool fan, and even in the comment section below tonight, everyone's mentioned, don't go near Mino Raiola, as the lads and ladies have said in the comment section below tonight. He's destroying football, not just him, but he is more or less the main crux of the issue. Really, he's probably one of the very first massive agents in terms of modern day football. The quicker agents are dispelled from football, it will be a great day for football fans as well, because they drive up prices of transfers, tickets. They have such a big impact on football, and I think there needs to be a big inquest. And I think everyone was kicking off about, obviously, UEFA, Sky as well, and owners and the ownerships, and that's probably one of the big issues that will come up, get brought up to public knowledge really in the next couple of months anyway, or hopefully a couple of weeks, because the big issue that really needs to be spoken about. It should be all over Sky Sports every single day.
So here are a few people who are a client of Mino Raiola. Erling Haaland.
He's got
Erling Haaland, Matthias de Ligt, Paul Pogba, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Marco Verratti, Stefan de Vrij, Hervin Lozano, Marcus Thuram, Moise Kean, Ryan Gravenberg, Donyell Malen, Alessio Romagnoli, Konstantinos Manolas, Owen Vindal, Alfonso Areola, Denzel Dumfries, Enrique Mkhitaryan. The list goes on. So you can understand that this is going to be a bit of a stumbling block.
Yeah. No, it is.
Klopp's not a clown, is he? And I think himself, he more or less dispelled Ginny. I think Ginny was sniffing around after a bit of extra money and went, no, frankly. If you only have to look at how much Robbo's, if you look at his wages, I don't think he's on more than 80 grand. And that's staggering for the world's best left back. I know everyone goes, he's not. But he is. And I would rather, and that's been a big issue with Man United in recent times, why they haven't won the Premier League since Fergie left, is the bringing in players, big wages, and Liverpool used to do this. Obviously, and we weren't winning titles. We had that Vieri as well, Reina. The list goes on. Ashley goes, Joe Coles, Jovanovic, so many players that come into the football club. But since the turn of obviously Jurgen Klopp coming in and changing the whole boat and emotion of the football club, I'd much rather have a player like Robbo who comes into the football club, not top level proven, but Jurgen works with him, and that's more or less been the success of what Jurgen's done. And I think we've spoken about Daka and we've spoken about obviously Malen as well, mate. But you only have to look at what Jurgen done with Lewandowski. Brought him in from the Polish league, £1 million, I think they signed him for, probably less.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Jurgen Klopp will do. Obviously, us fans laugh and joke about bringing in the likes of Haaland and Mbappe, but I'd much rather...
Here's a question for you both. Who was the last player Liverpool signed with Raiola as his agent?
Balotelli, easy. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Balotelli. Mario Balotelli.
And that just says everything you need to know about his players that he has.
Yeah.
No comments, as the police would say.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah.
Wasn't his only goal against... Was it only his only league goal was against Spurs, and that was the winning goal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that a shoulder one? Was that a shoulder goal?
No, I think it was it's like a tap in, wasn't it?
It was a tap in.
Yeah, if anyone does know, then let us know in the comment section down below. But let's get your thoughts then about Malen If I can quickly scroll up a little bit. Chris says, I hope Malen rumours are true, but I don't believe the dribble that Liverpool Echo talk, but that's my opinion. To be fair, it wasn't the Echo. It was Sky Sports Germany that was reporting this today. It wasn't the Echo, but to be fair, Areola is a demon. For God's sake. For God's sake, Alan. Agent ruins everything, says Cedric. Ultra says, wouldn't go anywhere near Raiola. Players also fish in the sea. Arthur says hi to Jade as well. Seema says, Malen is a good goal scorer, good goal record, would be a good signing, but agree with Doug, his agent could be a stumbling block. Yeah, 1000%. Cedric for thumbs up to Ultra as well. What else we got? Arthur says, like Malen, Noswe goals is and cheaper than big names. And it's like Doug said, not Doug said, sorry, well, Jack said, Jurgen Klopp, he signs nobody's and turns them into somebody's.
Just look at Jota.
That's what it is.
I don't think me or you or Doug, when we were doing our videos, or no one out there, I think you'd probably have one or two people go, oh, yeah, we know about that. But in reality, like him and Fabinho, like, there will be a name. You can probably have 5 names on that board, and like, go, want that target. And it'll be someone completely out of a random league and telling you, probably in the Bundesliga, like Bobby Firmino when we signed him as well, obviously.
Well,
all these random names.
Well, that's one name that I'll just mention. Vahalvik, is that how you pronounce it?
Is that the Serbian lad?
Yeah, from
Vlahovic.
Yeah, the guy from Fiorentina that scored 21 goals, I think, from Serie A.
I just don't get that one either, mate. I know he's like 6 foot odd. Like it's just Nate press wanting clicks on the videos, like clicks, generating clicks. I bet you'd even if you ask Jürgen, no disrespect to Jürgen, he'll go, who is he?
Oh, God's sake.
I know he's probably wanted like that league and go. I think he was like 3rd or 4th highest goal scorer in Serie A, but no, I don't think he'd fit Liverpool's profile as a player, really.
No. Malen, not a bad place, but always seen him going to Newcastle. Not sure why, says Jade. Jesus Christ. Robbo needs a new contract. He's on 50k a week. I think he's already got a new contract. I think he's on 100k now.
He deserves
anyway.
That's everything he gets.
Yeah, he's on 100k a week now. So
is that just being agreed?
And not now.
Is that a new latest one?
No, that was that.
No, I think he's on this.
He's on this. I'm looking at LFC wages, and it says that he has 100k per week. Trent's currently on 60k a week, which is mad. In my opinion, I think he should get a lot more. What else do we have? I would still, I think, stay away from that moron Raiola, as he can only care about his monopoly. When I say stay away from him, he's one of them morons who would get involved in crime trouble.
He's probably involved with your UEFA and FIFA, Chris. It wouldn't surprise me in about 5-10 years. Comes out, Areola's in deep trouble with FIFA. Match fixing.
1892 Red Podcast says, first of all, hello lads, hopefully on a fantastic day. Says, if people don't want to go near Raiola players, then does anyone want Haaland then? Look,
I think I might have a word. Yeah, I just wish, if I was a footballer, I know it's different nowadays, like, but chat, that's a good question, everyone in chat. Would you make one of your family members your agent, or is that too much trouble for them? Would you want them to stay clear of your contracts?
Wasn't that like who's the French midfielder that plays for Juventus? Is it Rabiot? Yeah. Isn't his mother his agent?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of players as well. I'm sure. Is it Mbappe? Is his dad's his agent or something?
Yeah, I think Mbappe. I think his dad is his agent.
I'd just keep the money in the family, innit? And then if you want big agent fees, it's just going to your dad or something.
Yeah, or go to Jurgen, just go and speak to his dad. Go and speak to his dad, and then we can get Mbappe in 22 anyway. What else do we have? 1892 podcast says, Vahalvik, no thanks. Chris says Vahalvik only done it for one season. One trick pony far as concerned, scoring goals for fun. Yeah, but that's the thing where if he did it next season again, then you'd look at it and go, "Ooh, he could actually potentially do it at a big club if that was the case." But yeah, I would agree. If he only does it for the one season, then yeah, it's a one season.
Just one word with that, everyone. Michu.
Michu, yeah,
Remember?
Michu, 1000%.
Yeah.
Remember when he got linked to like £40 million move to Arsenal?
Christ, do you think he had turned into the new Raul or something? Any for Swansea?
Did he even play for Spain?
I think he had one or two appearances. I think he had lots of appearances, but I think he did feature.
Jesus Christ.
That's a blast from the past, though, Michu.
Yeah, one season wonders. He's the biggest one.
He's actually retired now. He's actually retired. His last club was Oviedo. He made one appearance for Spain, and that was in 2013.
Of course he did, yeah.
Wow. Isaac Shay says Isaac would be a great signing, but would pay a big fee for him. Reported
I'd love him.
£70 million release clause, which we're not paying.
Geez.
We're not paying that whatsoever. But moving on then to our last story for the video, and that is a guy that realistically I have not looked at whatsoever. I'm glad that he looked like he's taking out Bernardo Silva there.
That's always a nice thing.
Fuck's sake.
God's sake. But Atíveo, linked with Liverpool, Porto midfielder Atíveo is the latest name be linked to Liverpool, and now Portuguese newspaper. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Is reporting that Liverpool are one of the clubs most seduced to the Brazilian. Fiorentina and Valencia are both, according to the report, eyeing the 26-year-old, who reportedly has a release fee of €60 million, but he can be signed for €40 million before the end of June. And Doug, it seems that Jesus Christ, hello, Doug. It does seem that all the midfielders in this summer window has some sort of release clause. Now, Neuhaus apparently had a release clause that has expired. Apparently, like another 2 or 3 have release clauses as well. Would you like him? Because I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't heard of him as much. I've seen his name being linked towards us a couple of times, and Marko Grujic being mentioned as a potential bargain in that as well. How do you see it as well? And plus, do you even think we're going to sign a midfielder this summer? Because I've seen a lot of people going, we're just not going to sign a midfielder.
I think probably the most realistic one is probably Neuhaus and Otávio. Have I pronounced that right? I think Otávio.
I don't even know.
Otávio. In all honesty, it's always nice to see a picture of someone taking out Bernardo Silva anyway. But realistically, I don't see that. I don't see that somewhere. Oh yeah, that's just
that's an extra 50 million. I'd be all over that.
But I mean, if you look, that might not be the most crazy thing this summer transfer window. Ben White to Arsenal for £50 million. Now, I know Ben White is a very good defender and all that, but £50 million is daylight robbery. Brighton will be going to the bank with that.
Well, doesn't it just explain that Michael Edwards is a god? He got Canate for 36 million.
36, yeah.
I think Arsenal are just bidding for everyone and everyone. I'm surprised they haven't bid for Milano or something for 50 million. They're just trying to. You literally can't sign no one. Banter Club FC. That's what they are.
Oh no! But yeah, Jack. I've seen that. Where's the comment gone? There was a comment that I wanted to bring out. Oh yeah, here it is. 1882 Reds Podcast says Neuhaus will go to Bayern. It's a lot of dream for a young German player. Interestingly, he has turned down Bayern Munich and has said that he doesn't want to join Bayern Munich. He wants to go abroad. So
I'd always going to RB Leipzig for the money.
For God's sake, Jack. Why have you put that thought in my head? No, but no, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we've been linked with so many midfielders, of course, and the whole, who's going to be the Genie Wijnaldum replacement. For me, I think my money is on Neuhaus to come. It would have been a lot nicer if Germany got knocked out last night. Not for England. I would have liked them to get Portugal, but but no, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I can't see Liverpool, of course, paying over the odds, like a Tillemans that's been rumoured for 80 or so million pounds. It is going to be interesting, isn't it? Who Liverpool do get this summer, if, we do get one or two in the door.
Yeah, we need to. And I think I'm not buying this notion in the press from all angles that Liverpool, we haven't got money to spend, or we're not going to be getting midfielders. It's literally going to be suicide if Liverpool don't buy any more midfielders, because you're relying on 2 hospital patients in Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who you're not guaranteed that they will play even a week of Premier League football next season. So, and you're relying on Curtis Jones, a very young, inexperienced. Yes, he played a lot last season, and all of us have got a lot of confidence in him, but Jurgen Klopp will know himself, unless he knows deep down, similar to Trent, that Jones has got that potential and the ability to start straight away, week in, week out in the Premier League. He knows best in terms of developing players, but just the sheer minutes Ginny played, as well as his quality going forward and in terms of defensively. When we've watched Liverpool every single game since he's joined the football club, lads and ladies in the comments as well, he's so pivotal to what Jurgen Klopp, and I mean, even my dad was saying when we were watching the Dutch games this week, we were saying we're still gutted. We've got to realisation we've lost him, but he's such a massive part of this Liverpool system, and to not replace him with at least half a player of that quality, or even 2, I think for the work in which he does, you're looking at possibly bringing in 2 players. But we most definitely need to bring in whoever that is. That's up to Jurgen and Edwards to deal with. But we need to bring in someone. And we'll see everyone and then Dan linked with Liverpool for the next couple months anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that is true, 100%. Red Podcast says transfer window is crazy. Ben White is going to Arsenal for 50 million. Football has gone mad.
I've just seen something on Twitter which has just made me laugh. Where was it? I quote tweeted it because it was absolutely hilarious. Was this Ben White might become the Sergio Ramos of Arsenal?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Has someone from AFTV put that up?
No, it's someone called Helmets Gunnar. Well, that's quite appropriate.
Oh, exactly. That just puts it itself. For God's sake, I feel sorry for. I genuinely feel sorry for proper Arsenal fans. I genuinely do. It's because Ben White is English. The price tag will go up. Yeah, that is true. 1000%.
Yeah.
Good luck selling Wilson and Gruitch. I'm sick of seeing them every pre-season, like seeing your annoying neighbours every time you go out them to be on bargain hunt on BBC One. For God's sake. Red Podcast says Lewandowski turned doing Bayern mate whilst at Dortmund. I know he is Polish, but trust me, Bayern come calling. I think he will go. Mate, I'm telling you now, they've called for Neuhaus, and Neuhaus has rejected.
At the end of the day, if Bayern are like, there's a brand new Lamborghini, do you want to sign? And he's like, yes, give me the money, give me all that money.
To be fair, I think I would do that.
Yeah. Money talks, innit? The classic saying.
No, it does talk. Chris says at least Matip and Ox managed to make the Liverpool bench, unlike Mr. Keita, for God's sake, Chris. Ultra says we spent like 80 million last season when we supposedly had no money. It's just a business strategy. And look as well. One thing I will say is, Liverpool won't buy until we at least know there's a plan to sell. The likes of Origi, Shaqiri, Wilson, Gruitch, and others as well. to be fair. Red Booker says, we know with us, we don't, out of the blue, come out with signings. Look at Jota. Not many people knew about him. Yeah, exactly. Cedric says, Kelleher has proven himself. 1892 Red Podcast also says, Ultra, after we won the UCL, we signed Adrian and Seb Vanderberg. Speaking of Seb Vanderberg is back out on loan to Preston, so hopefully he'll do a fantastic job.
The Ginger Maldini.
Yeah, quite literally. That 80 million was accumulated for 3 years, says Red Podcast. If other big teams spend money, Liverpool just can't stand still, though through another transfer window. I would agree with that, but I think
it's not our policy, is it? Yeah, it's not our policy. I think, as I was saying, as you mentioned in the comment section below, everyone, I think we paid, was it 95? If everyone around the world's paying 90 odd quid for a shirt, and that's without the shorts and socks, and that's just for one kit, then FSG, there's money in the bank, spend it.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, absolutely fraudulent. The amount of it.
Ultras asked, is that as Saku? I think that's how you say it. Signing off fake. Check back on yesterday's episode, mate. We did mention it. The Ghanaian teenager, James Pierce, did come out and spoke about that yesterday. So check out yesterday's video. We did speak about that a little bit, to be fair. Anyway, but before we do head off, anyway, I'll ask both of the lads this: if Liverpool could, point us in a direction towards a transfer, who would you like to sign? That's realistic. Don't say, Ronaldo or Messi or someone like that.
Pele, get him out from retirement. Might be able to beat Ronaldo's record.
I start off with Doug.
I would say Neuhaus.
Okay. Jack?
Barella. From obviously Inter Milan. I think I've done a video and I've seen him a couple of times play for Italy in the tournament. I think, as Doug's mentioned, we need to, and everyone, if you haven't watched a lot of Italy this tournament, everyone, especially if Barella is playing, just look, even as Giorginio, I love Verratti. I've always loved Verratti. I know he's probably got Mignola as his agent anyway, so that's going out the window. I love him as a player, like just an Italian midfielder. Just obviously not the same quality as Aquilani when we last signed it. But Barella for me, I love him. I know we've mentioned Tielemans and all that, but Barella for me. If I was Jürgen, if I was Edwards, I'd go for Barella.
Yeah, 1000%. Shay, that is next year in Mbappe, 2021. Anyway, but
I tell you, if someone signs him on a free contract, Connor, and everyone, that's it.
I've said it for the longest time. Someone's going to sign him on a free contract.
I've
said it, and it's going to be Liverpool. What? Doug, are you supporting England or Wales for the Euros? Of course, Scotland not getting through, sadly.
Wales. I wouldn't touch England with a barge pole. Sorry. Look. I think all with the greatest amount of respect to England and England fans, and it's your bloody media. They always hype things up, like you watched the coverage yesterday of the BBC with Portugal, Germany. What was the first thing they said immediately after? Oh, England, Germany, 66. England, Germany, 2010. Like revenge for 2010. Shut up. Just talk about Portugal or France or Germany and Hungary. Do not just worry about 66. We're not going to hear the blooming end of it.
Yeah, but
we're not going to hear the blooming end of it. And the reason I say that is everybody was getting on the hype train of England, Scotland. Everyone was talking about Euro 96. Like, people kept talking about that. Just shut up.
Guess what? It's coming home.
No, it ain't.
It is coming home. No, that's what happens when you play well in tournaments, Doug. You go far.
Hang on, can you see what the guys have said? For God's sake, like
for as much as England are this so-called great team, you couldn't beat Scotland.
Yeah, it's because he's done it.
That is true.
Sam Allardyce and Park.
So hang on a minute, Jack. So do you know if England lose to Germany and Wales beat them out, does that mean Wales is the more superior country?
No.
Why not?
Because you'll just bottle the semis again.
Well, at least we've reached the semis.
England fans need to be realistic, right? Because if you beat Germany, you've either got Sweden or Ukraine in the next round, and then I think it's the Dutch in the semis. If you beat Germany, I think England fans would probably expect to win it. Because in all honesty, I could see you beating Sweden. The Dutch, I
can't have England winning the Euros. I'm sorry, we will not.
No, I can't either. But the thing is that England Germany is a big bitter rivalry. There's no denying that.
I still have nightmares of that Lampard goal. That was miles over. I was about 6 or whatever how old I was. Like everyone, don't get me wrong. I don't sit there and I nothing will ever replace Liverpool. I love Liverpool till I die. I think always we all bleed reds in that. But watching that Lampard goal,
you drew 0-0 in your cup final.
I've seen that.
89 Today's podcast with the greatest amount of respect. England fans still go on about 2018 World Cup. You got to a semi-final. You didn't get to a final. You didn't win it. Enough said.
True.
Yeah, but that was from a Championship manager as well.
Shut up. This isn't a Euro channel. This is a Liverpool channel. We're all against England. I think we can all agree against that. Republic of Liverpool, here we go.
Hey, boys, where's your World Cup? Wait, what?
Oh, shut up. Where's your World Cup? If someone stole friggin' yours, you have to get a friggin' replica. Neuhaus and Rafinha, says Chris. 1892 Reds Podcast is 9 more subs away from 500. Go on, you Carter. Thank you. If you're new to the Cop Council, then please hit that subscribe button. Ultra says Neuhaus and Coleman. Neuhaus being realistic. Sam says you three starting lineup.
Me on the left, Connor in the middle, and then Doug on the wide.
Yeah, I'll be Thiago. I already read that. At least Gilmore. Cedric saying, I love the video where Adrian says he loves Liverpool with the palm trees in the back. Oh, we're not even going to mention that, Cedric. It's just such a bad video. To be honest, Scotland defended well against us. Jeannie saying, evening, all football's coming home to France. Jeannie with the thumbs up says Cedric. What else do we have? If we beat Germany, we should get to the final at least. Clip that, lads. Clip that. If England get beat by Sweden or someone like that, then that's getting clipped. No, Connor, just no. Why not, Sam? England expect to win. This is only going to get better. It is if they don't. I can't have England winning the Euros just so I can watch Chris rant. I've never said about winning it, Doug. I won't talk about Scotland. Don't worry, with a wink face, for God's sake. To be honest, we would lose to Ukraine. Watch.
Yeah, I think you would actually.
We lost the supermarket in 2016. Yeah, you lost to Iceland, which still brings a smile on my face every day.
Have you seen who the goalie was in that game? Oh, no.
All that was there for breakfast was Cheerios.
And with that, it's time to end. Thank you very much to everyone that has tuned in to tonight's show.
I think in the future we need to do videos. These videos with bangers for just an England fan, a Scotland fan, and a Wales fans going on it.
To be fair, if you guys want it, we'll bring you a Euro show. And I'm talking about the last 16 games. And if you guys want it, then please do let us know in the comment section down below. But it is the end of the show. We don't want to speak about the Euros any longer. And I want to get Doug off because I don't want any more bad jokes. But yeah, thank you to everyone that has tuned in to tonight's show. It's very much appreciated. As always, if you can please leave a like on the video, it's very much appreciated. And also as well, if you're new to the Cop Council and watching us for the first time, then please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to enable notifications as well. But Doug, have you got anything else to say before we do head off?
No,
Jack?
It's coming home.
Oh, fuck. Right, that's it. Me and Doug are going to finish the show. No,
It's coming home.
It's not coming home. Go away. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.